folks? It's Brian from Constantly Calibrating. I'm here with David Dague from Bungie, and he's the community manager for Bungie.
Yep.
So what does that title entail?
Yeah, that means a lot of different things at a lot of different studios. At Bungie, it means that I'm one of many points of contact between the people that play our games and the people that make our games. I see it as I see it as an exciting place to do an interview.
Yeah.
I see it as helping gamers maintain a relationship with the people that make their games, help them maintain a relationship with each other so they have people to play with, and in a strange kind of sense, helping them maintain a relationship with themselves, in that they can really be conscious of the character that they play in the world that we're creating with Destiny, and understand where they're really along their path, their own path, their own adventure, their own story. And then, there's also just the basic communications you would expect from a community guy, blog updates, social networking, letting them know what we're up to, trying to set expectations for what this new game is, and making sure that they have the information they need to jump in when it's time, and giving them information that they need to have a great experience with what we're creating for them.
Yeah, and so how long have you been in the community management game, as it were?
Since, in two different ways to answer that question. I have been with Bungie since late 2011. So long before we released, long before we revealed Destiny, but also long after Bungie released their last Halo game.
Right.
So I've never been at Bungie when we've actually pushed a game out the door. I've never been in the situation that a true community manager should be in that you play a game, I help you enhance your experience with playing that game. And that's why we know about each other. Really what I've been doing is kind of helping people, expose people to the world of Destiny. Prior to that, I was an avid member of the Bungie community. I had my own community, I had my own blog, I had my own groups of people that I would play games with, or help people who maybe didn't have a clan, didn't have a website, understand the benefits of teamwork, and then come to my forum and meet a number of different allied clans who they could join. So sort of, we called it nation building. So I've been, helping to manage my own little corner of the Bungie community for a long time, which is why, as Destiny came closer to reveal, I think they said, we'd like for you to come in here and, actually what I said was I'd love to come in there and I'd love to work that job. And after an entire full day of interviews, they said, all right, yeah, you can be the guy. So
that's kind of how I came to work with Constantly Calibrating. I was their first fan, and I was, there for a long time. I'm like, hey, I can do this kind of stuff. I'd like to help out, and thankfully they were open to that, and so it's nice being able to reach into the community and be able to glean from that.
Well, and how better to manage a community than to hire somebody who truly understands it?
Yeah.
That was the case for me. Sounds like it was the case for you.
Yeah.
Anybody here in this convention hall knows who Barbara Dunkelman is, and she, her whole, from lurker to leader story, in the Rooster Teeth community.
Yeah.
I think a lot of game studios do that. Bungie certainly has a long tradition of hiring people who are passionate about Bungie games to come in and make them, because it's a very challenging process. It's a very difficult but invigorating place to work, and if you bring your own love for what's being created, I think it makes you all the better a professional creator, developer.
So in managing community, what's the toughest part of doing that, both on the Bungie side and interfacing with the fans?
Wow. Well, gamers are a very passionate bunch. The things that happen to a gamer in a game happen to them.
Yeah.
So I think they are more deeply invested than any other consumer in the entertainment industry. Understanding how that passion can give, rise to, emotions like, rage or jealousy or, I love the people in the Bungie community for their passion, and, there are times you just need to understand that, maybe they're communicating with us the way they're communicating with us because they want us to do our very best work.
Right.
At the same time, when you have a website that is rooted in online combat, when you have a group of people who know each other because they like to kill each other on the internet, things can be spirited from time to time, and trying to create an environment where everyone can be respected, everyone is entitled to a dignified experience where they can express their opinion. Sometimes you have to be the cop instead of the concierge, And those moments are certainly not our favorite, but we're certainly willing to protect the harmony of our community when we need to. I think those are the challenges, is if you're going to deal with passion comes in many forms, and it's not always going to be, you guys are great. You have to take the good with the bad. You have to take the negative feedback with the praise. You have to take the forum flame wars with the love fests, and you just realize that these are people, and just because a group of people refer to themselves as a community doesn't mean they're always going to agree. Doesn't mean they're always going to get along.
And so, two last things. One, what can we be looking forward to as far as the community goes for Destiny as it gets closer and closer to launch?
On July 17th, the Destiny beta begins. Over the course of our beta test stage, we will add people to the beta gradually. By the end of the test, we will have the entire Bungie community that wants to play Destiny on those servers.
Cool.
So finally, people from all 4 platforms will be talking about what they think the game is. They'll be talking about their experience, telling their war stories, sharing their stuff out on Twitch or YouTube or Ustream. And we can do a lot more listening than talking about what Destiny is. We can just enjoy the player stories, which is really when these things become real.
Yeah.
The community tells us what we've created, and we listen, and that's really what the truth is. Beyond that, we play the game in July. We'll have some more public appearances like this over the course of the rest of the year. We'll announce them as they get closer. I think I leaked that we're going to Gamescom in Germany in the Bungie Weekly Update on Friday, so it's going to be an interesting summer.
For sure.
We need to tell as many people as possible about this thing so that on September 9th, when the game launches, people know what it is, and they will have the information that they'll need to decide if they belong in that world or not.
Yeah. And then do you have any plugs that you'd like to give, or any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I would just give a shout-out to anybody that thinks they want to play this game. I would say that you should start a group on Bungie.net so you have a place to put your friends and see how you measure up against the people on your friends list. You're going to want to go there anyway to see your Guardians, see your stats, manage your inventory. If you don't have a profile on the Bungie.net forums, if you have not yet officially joined our community, it's our job to create an amazing experience for you there, and we'd love to have you.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Brian from Constantly Calibrating. Wish you a good sign-off. Have a good day.